Welcome everybody. This will be the reveal for my evidence of the Randolph County Asylum in Randolph County, Indiana. We were there on August 20th of this year, and it took me this long because I had that much evidence to go through. Anyway, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you a little intro for each clip. There's a couple that are just pictures, and so I'm going to post them during the couple of audio clips that I had that were not on camera. The rest of them are from cameras, so I will play the video and just have a cleaned up audio for what was picked up on that camera. So hope you enjoy. Let us know. Okay, so in this clip, this is one of those where you want to laugh so bad because it just sounds funny. But you have to remember this was in an asylum. Although it didn't start out as an asylum, it ended up basically being one. And so a lot of people were crazy that lived there, and some of them, I imagine, couldn't speak correctly. They would express themselves through sounds. This one seems to me like a type of yell, but you'll understand why at the same time we kind of think it's funny. So check it out. In this clip, there's a few different voices that you'll hear, but unfortunately it's a little difficult to hear what's going on. You'll have to really listen carefully. We had a whole bunch of EVPs and recordings throughout the investigation, but all the rest of them were so quiet that it was not worth trying to get everybody to be able to hear them, so I just left them all out. This one is just loud enough that you can tell something's happening. Hopefully you can hear it. Hope you enjoy. So in this clip, it's a bit strange because we had only 2 times that somebody yelled, and that was one of the investigators that had a couple things happen to him, like a door slamming, things like that. But when he yelled, it wasn't even like a freaking out yell. It was almost like an oh my god kind of thing. He immediately got on the walkie-talkie, said, hey, this happened, you know, that kind of thing. So when I heard this clip, I immediately compared it to the recording I have of him on the walkie, and there is no similarities at all. Different sounds, the voice is completely different, so that really got me excited because this is a really good clip. Just check it out. So there's a room in the basement, yes, that has a freezer in it, and in that freezer is where they used to keep their meats and stuff, you know. Well, there was an outbreak of cholera at one point, and so many people on this farm died that they had bodies stacked up as much as waist high in a certain part of it, and it was the room that they were using to embalm the bodies, get them ready to be buried and things like that. So At one point, I'm sorry, I can't remember what the circumstances were, but there was 3 bodies that couldn't be taken care of. So they decided to wrap these 3 bodies in meat paper and put them in the freezer. And there's 3 shelves in the freezer, and you'll see them on the right-hand side. So they put the bodies on those shelves, and they put all the meat on the other side of the freezer. And they realized it was a bad idea the next day when 4 people died of cholera from eating the food. So this clip is about 1.5 minutes long because I wanted you to see that between these sounds, there's no footsteps, there's no talking, there's nothing going on as far as the investigators are going. So, very interesting clip. I really enjoyed this one. This is actually one of my favorites just because it's so interesting. It's just a simple growl or a moan maybe, but there was nobody around the camera anywhere near it, so this is really cool. Okay, maybe this one could be one of my favorites. This was actually recorded on my little voice recorder that I keep. And Byron and I were walking around, let's see, we were in the room in the basement that had the shackles in it. Now that room, I had heard someone talking in, and I thought it was Laramie. Laramie was nowhere near it. He was clear across the building at the time. So, of course, I go in, I check the rooms, nobody was there. So Byron and I were in this room, and we heard a woman laughing. And the only 2 women that were on the investigation that night, they were in the basement, but they were all the way into, I think it's called the kitchen area down there or something. Anyway, that's where Laramie was setting up equipment. So they were way over there, and as we went to ask them if they had heard it, they couldn't hear us talking, yelling out to them until we were right there on them. So it definitely was not them, but you'll enjoy this.
Did you hear that?
That was upstairs, wasn't it?
That was giggling, Drew.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
That was upstairs, wasn't it?
That was giggling, Drew.
Yeah.
So this is just the typical like yell, or just the typical sound that we picked up. Not sure what it is, but feel free to comment below. This next clip is pretty cool. I was in the women's day room and thought about what kind of entertainment they might have at the time they were staying there. And I thought, imagine there would be a piano in here. And so I decided to ask, or not ask, but say something. I'm like, hey, wish there was a piano here, I'd play it for you. And as soon as I said that, you can hear a little boy yell out. And that's really cool sound, so I have it play a few times for you. Check it out.
I wish there was a piano here. I would play it for you. I wish there was a piano here. I would play it for you. I wish there was a piano here. I would play it for you.
This one here is pretty straightforward. It's a woman's voice. I think maybe hollering or screaming, but something along those lines. So I played it a few times over and see what you think about this. Okay, so at the very beginning of this recording, you will hear a bang, and I heard it, and I mentioned it, but I did not hear the giggle that followed. Byron came into the area from the opposite direction of where the bang came from immediately after the giggle. I think the bang came from whoever did the giggle. I think it was kind of like a prank situation, kind of like bang, ha 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 kind of thing. So check it out, see what you think.
Just heard a bang. Yep. Just heard a bang. Yep. Just heard a bang. Yep.
All right, so you can see Keith on the left, and then Laramie's on the right. You can see their skin colors. You can see both of them. You can see their pants. You can identify their legs. And then there's that shadow figure right there. All right, so you can see Keith on the left, and then Laramie's on the right. You can see their skin colors. You can see both of them. You can see their pants. You can identify their legs. And then there's that shadow figure right there. All right, so you can see Keith on the left, and then Laramie's on the right. You can see their skin colors. You can see both of them. You can see their pants. You can identify their legs. And then there's that shadow figure right there. And last but not least, here is a recording of a woman's voice that we recorded, and hope you enjoy it. Feel free to make comments below about anything that you've heard in this video, and tell us what you think about it. We look forward to hearing from everybody. Thank you.